Hello and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to this month's For the Love of Crafting and Sharing, a monthly collaboration that we do. There's a whole, I think we're about up to 14 lovely scrapbookers and friends that play along, and every month we have a theme, and this month's theme was florals, and it was anything floral, whether we use floral supplies or whether our photos were garden photos. So florals in anything that particularly means to you. Please don't forget to pop on down below to see the links to all of the lovely ladies that are playing along. And since we are in May still, and I'm trying to play along with my friend Crystal as much as I possibly can with the May I Scraplift You, I am scraplifting today, and may I scraplift you, my lovely friend Carina. I'm scraplifting Carina, my lovely friend from Sweden, who, by the way, 3 years ago came all the way over to Canada to meet me, so that was really, really cool. Carina did this lovely layout during one of our Secret Not Secret Kid Club parties, and I remember her saying at that point that was a layout that challenged her and got her thinking outside of her regular box, and I love it. And I also love, that is something that Carina does so much. Whenever we have a Secret Not Secret party, whenever there are challenges, she jumps right in there, and she has just such a beautiful style and does the most awesome pages. So this is, and it was all floral, so it was absolutely perfect. A lovely design, some layering behind a photo. The title here, I think this part here is a little bit of mixed media. I think this might have been a technique where she did either some stamping or coloring and then stamping on top of the coloring. It might have been, and these would be die cuts and probably a lot of fussy cutting. So let's see what I did, and there we go. So this is my take on Carina's lovely layout. In a lot of ways I stayed fairly close. I did not do any stamping or coloring on this one. I did do a little bit of mixed media on my background. I used my honeycomb, my Vicky Bouton honeycomb stamp, which goes with this month's Rediscover Your Stash product focus, which of course is hexagons, and it goes perfectly. It comes from the Vicky Bouton Wildflower and Honey collection, and then of course that is what I used on this page, and I just love the outcome of this one. So this will go into my COVID-19 album. I found this photo early on. Where are we going, Pooh? Home, Piglet. We're going home because that's the best thing to do right now. And I thought that was just a lovely and delicate and nice way to get that lockdown order into my album and still sort of make us smile a little bit. So I started, the background paper here is of course from Wildflower and Honey, and I did gut it for sure. Oops, this poor little guy keeps falling off, so we're gonna have to glue him back. Yeah, make sure I glue him back. And then I just used a piece of sort of like peach. I think it's a Stampin' Up! Cardstock, and I think it might have been called something cantaloupe. So it's sort of a peachy cantaloupe color. Put that on the top. Did my stenciling on the background using the Vicky Bouton Rose Gold paste. And then I proceeded, now my photo is a little bit more, is more portrait. Carina's was landscape, but I did the layering very similar to the way that she did it. I did some full, actually I did, most of these are all partial layers. In fact, a lot of these little layers were branding strips that I just put. This is actually the branding strip to this photo, and I just sort of tucked it here and there all the way around the photo. So I have 1, 2, 3, about 4 layers on here, popped it up on foam, and then I got my photo down, and then I did some fussy cutting from, this is also a piece of paper from Wildflower and Honey. This is from the 6x8 paper pad. So I did some fussy cutting here and here. There's quite a few of these. I did some fussy cutting of those flowers. I had these little hexagon shapes that were on my desk already from another layout that I completed, which you won't see for a little while yet. So I added that. I went in and I used the sticker sheet. I got some lovely, lovely florals from the sticker sheet. Popped part of this. You see this is flat to the photo, and then I popped this up on pop dots. The same thing over here, flat to the sheet. And so I tucked these in. I have some pop dots here. Then I fussy cut these 3 butterflies from a 3x4 card on one of the 6x8 sheets in the Vicky Bouton Wildflower and Honey. And these are all popped up on foam. Pure honey goes perfectly with poo. So I really, really just had fun doing exactly what Carina did, tucking in this case, you know, my florals, I added some butterflies, popping things up, putting others flat to the page, adding a couple of little butterflies so that I could replicate this area down here and make the embellishment continue. Almost, now I sort of left this little corner free. I'm not sure that I did that intentionally. I think I'm actually kind of sort of just noticing it now, or maybe not. But I sort of like the diagonal feel. I also left off this lovely cluster, which is not my normal. I think I was maybe afraid that with the journaling it might be a little too much. I don't know. I might go back and do just a tiny little cluster here. It's bothering me a little bit, so we'll see. Anyway, so my journaling on this is, I'm pretty much of a homebody anyway, so confinement didn't really bother me from that point of view. What did was a little bit of a feeling of insecurity and vulnerability when I did have to go out, and the difficulty accomplishing some of the little everyday errands that could not be done online. And I could have also said here, and even some of the ones that I'm used to doing online, like my groceries, were obviously a little bit more difficult. But that all being said and done, I was very, very grateful for all of that kind of support and being able to stay home other than my 3 work days, since I work in the essential area of food. So there you go. So that is my layout for this month's For the Love of Crafting and Sharing. And for today's May I Scraplift You, Carina. Tell me that this one is busier. It's a lot busier than my normal style. It's a lot busier than Carina's style. I might come back and do another scrap lift of Carina's more normal style and mine as well. Tell me, do you love these layouts where you just, you know, tuck things in everywhere and it's like nice and sort of busy, messy, colorful, or do you tend to be a little bit more linear in your scrapbooking? Tell me down in the comments below. I'm going to put Carina's Instagram down here below. Please go on over and show her some love. If you're in the Secret Not Secret Kit Club, in the Rediscover Your Stash or the Mercy Tiara 27-Day Challenge group, you already know of Carina's awesome talent. And come back next month where we'll have another fun For the Love of Crafting and Sharing. Talk to you soon. Thanks for being here. Bye.